Well, it's really nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you too. Thanks so much for taking time to speak with me. It's perfect timing. I literally was just having this conversation with my daughter last week. I was like, what fruits do you like? She doesn't like bananas. She doesn't like grapes. She doesn't like any of like the easy like go-to fruits.
Yes.
Whereas my son like loves to eat anything. So I would love some tips and tricks to get your kids to enjoy certain kinds of fruits.
So that's a fantastic question. So I as well have two kids, and my son, like yours, pretty much eats anything. In fact, I have to sometimes hide the fruit bowl so that he doesn't eat 5 bananas in a day.
Right, bananas.
Yeah. But my daughter, she's not too picky, thankfully, but she's the pickier of the two. And
Right.
so, getting your kids to eat that balanced diet, enough, fruits and veggies so that they can grow healthy is a challenge. And
Yeah.
one of the things that I recommend that we started trying with our kids, and it helps more with my daughter, as I mentioned, than my son, is we do popsicles. So we actually have made orange juice popsicles. When I was a kid, my dad used to do the orange juice popsicles in a tray of ice cubes, with the toothpick in the top. Well, now they have all those fancy things, and they make them in shapes of all kinds of animals. And, they have this instant freezer pop. You literally pour the juice in, and it makes a popsicle in like, I don't know, 2 minutes or something crazy. I don't know if you've seen this yet. It's pretty fantastic. But that's how I try popsicles. Sometimes I'll try and make smoothies as well if it's like the weekend and we have time, because they really, really love smoothies. And you can make them healthy with adding fruits and veggies.
Yeah. That's a great point. I don't know why I didn't think of the popsicles, because my parents did the same thing too. Like they had the whole popsicle tray, and we would that was like our summertime treat. It was so much fun. It's way better than those like push pops,
Exactly. A lot healthier.
That's awesome. So, how much is a kid supposed to get, like when it comes to fruit and vegetables? How do you know that your kid's getting enough?
That's a fantastic question. First and foremost, I recommend all parents have a conversation with their pediatrician, because some kids, for whatever reason, may have different dietary needs, or the volume that they need might be different on their size. But on average, all kids should have about 5 servings a day of fruits and vegetables. And so you want to have a variety, right? You don't want it to all be one type of fruit or all one type of vegetable. You want to mix, have lots of different colors, so to speak, orange, dark green, red. You want a variety of fruits and vegetables to help them get all the different nutrients needed. But, if, as long as you're getting 5 servings in, you're great. And what I found so far, the reason, we're a big fan of orange juice is because it's really easy. It's very healthy. It's, my kids love the taste. It doesn't have any added sugar. It's got folate, potassium, vitamin C, which is great, especially this time of year when everybody's getting sick. To help boost your immune system, that vitamin C is a little extra win. But, long story short, you just have to try and get 5 servings in. What is important to know is that if you have really young kids, you might not need, as much in a serving. So a serving would be an 8-ounce glass of orange juice for an older child, but for a toddler, probably about half that.
Okay. Question about the orange juice. Calcium in orange juice. My son doesn't like to drink milk for whatever reason. Is it enough? Like, or should I look to like other like leafy vegetables? Like he actually will eat like spinach, but I don't know. So he'll eat a lot of different stuff, but he doesn't really enjoy milk.
Yeah, some kids don't like milk. I think it varies. I would say that, calcium is in orange juice is a great source of it. Green leafy vegetables, like you already said, is a great source. You just want to make sure, I'd have to, sort of look at how much he's getting to make sure he's getting the, recommended daily allowance in those servings. So it's hard for me to exactly say, but there are other good sources. I would say if you're getting, a glass of orange juice in a day, you're having a serving or two of green leafy vegetables, and maybe if he likes either cheese or if he likes yogurt, you might be able to get sort of a third dose of good calcium, and would probably be a smart way to do it.
Yeah, I might be able to actually make like you were talking about those popsicles, like the creamsicle type of thing, like freezing orange juice, maybe like dipping it in yogurt or something, trying to make it like a little fun for them.
Absolutely. My kids lately are all into the smoothie, which we add yogurt to sometimes, or the yogurt stash, and then they have fun drinking it, and then they give themselves a big. It lasts longer than a milk stash.
Milk stash, yeah. It doesn't like drip or anything.
Exactly.
So can you tell me a little bit about this book? And obviously it sounds like it's a great resource for parents. Like what was the writing process for you like? You're a busy mom. When do you actually find time to write?
Well, yeah, my husband and I, we wrote a little, it's essentially a memoirs. It's a little bit of an autobiography. It was definitely not easy to write with our busy schedules. But we hope that other parents, other families, find commonality in the book and maybe ways to, sort of tackle some of the challenges they may be having. We both feel very blessed to have had this life that we've had, even though it's had some challenges, and we hope that by sharing our story, others may, identify with it a little bit. But there was a lot of late night writing happening, and I feel like I wrote the book in a weekend.
Yeah, right. I know. It's like, can you take the kids out for a while so I can just like focus for like 2 hours and do something?
Exactly. Yeah, we did bribe my parents a little bit to take the kids out.
Hey, there's no shame in that. So like making sure your family eats healthy. I mean, like you're obviously, and we're all busy, right? But that whole balance is so tough. Like what are some of your tricks, I guess, to kind of make sure that, you're not just like pulling stuff from the pantry for them and you're actually giving them like some healthy snacks and choices?
Yeah, it's tough, especially when you're a busy mom. And if you work or if you have a lot of other obligations, depending on your lifestyle, it's really hard. I find the biggest challenges are shopping for the right food, yeah, and then preparing, healthy food. And so I've enlisted, I've got a list on my iPhone that has all the healthy stuff. So if I can't get it, I send it to my husband, or it's easy to send to our nanny for help once in a while. We'll beg her to stop at the grocery store. We try not to keep too much of the bad stuff in the pantry so that it's not so easy to get to. But there may be one or two items, I have to say. But in order to sort of promote that healthy eating, we just try to make it easy and accessible. We try and have fun with it too. So as I mentioned, my kids have fun making popsicles. We keep the fruits and veggies down low so that if they're going searching for something, what they can reach and see is, are the grapes or the bananas or the strawberries. So I try and just do as much as I can to put all the good stuff at their eye level and all the bad stuff at mom and dad's eye level.
It's like such a good idea because, you always want to promote independence too. And if they can like reach and get their own healthy snacks and make their own choices, that's even better.
Exactly. Yeah, they love it. They love going into the fridge and sneaking in a couple of grapes.
I have another question. I don't know if this would apply. It doesn't sound like it applies to you, but has your husband always been like on board with the healthy eating? Because I know I try to like instill all these like good habits in my kids, but my husband sometimes, forgets about it, I guess. So how do you make it like a whole family thing?
That could be a tough one. My husband, he's actually pretty good about eating healthy. In fact, he's probably better than me about trying to eat healthy. So that makes it easy. But I think what we do is we try and a little bit for the week is have a plan for our menu. So we say, okay, we're only going to, do takeout one night a week. And what night is it going to be? And then we try and plan our meals for the rest of the week so that we do maintain sort of a healthier diet, at least when it comes to dinner time. And we take turns. We've actually now started assigning which nights someone is cooking.
You're right.
We always make sure to have a starch, a lean protein, and a veggie in every meal. So that's sort of like the basics.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, we do too. Like my husband's really good about like, we both help out, and lately he's been doing a lot of dinner duty. So that does it. So let's say, what's a typical day in your life like? Like, what are your kids eating for breakfast on a semi-regular basis? Do you have a routine?
We actually do. My kids are creatures of habit right now at this age, which is actually kind of easy. But they change it up like every couple months, their favorite things. And so pretty much every breakfast, there's a glass of orange juice. That's when they get their orange juice in the morning. They have either they get to choose either cereal, either Cheerios or Kashi, or an oatmeal. And so that's their choice. They get to pick which one they want, and then they get to pick out a yogurt. And so they have a small yogurt, and that's pretty much their basic breakfast. It's on the weekends if we want to do something special, like if Dad's up to making pancakes on Sunday morning or something like that.
Yeah. Do you find that by having kids, you're eating a little healthier too? I feel like I do, because I do try to make sure that they get all that stuff.
Yes, I am. By default, I'm trying to actually make sure we cook a meal every night and don't just have, microwave popcorn for dinner.
Absolutely. Well, back in my single days, maybe that was okay, but
Exactly. Not anymore. I think those days are over for quite some time until the kids get
I agree. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. I enjoyed hearing about what your life is like and how you manage, your kids and your family and your healthy meals. So thanks for sharing all those tips and tricks with me.
Absolutely. It's been great chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Me and the dog say goodbye.
Oh, say bye to your puppy.
See you later.
Bye-bye.